Organizations are made up of many people. It's not just permanent employees, but contractors and other temporary employees too. And in this video, I'm going to go through the flow of creating employees. A quick note before we start, you'll need to have specific admin permissions to access the settings that we're going to use to create new employees in the platform. The global admin and the HR admin roles have the necessary permissions in order to do this. Let's get started. From our map, we're going to go into organization settings using this icon in the left-hand menu. From here, we're then going to go into the Users tab. From this user section, we can see a list of all of our user names, what type they are, either an employee or a guest. If you wanted to search for people through this list, then you can use the drop-down search tools such as the status, so you can see what type of status someone is, or what type, if they're a guest or an employee, or you can easily search for someone's name by using the search bar. To upload new users into this list, there are a couple of different ways that we can do so. Firstly, we can use this Upload Users button here if we had to bulk upload multiple people at once. However, if we just wanted to add individual users one at a time, we can use the plus icon in the top right-hand corner. Firstly, we've got employee type. Are they a guest or an employee? Guest will be a temporary employee and an employee will be a permanent user in the system. So we'll set up a guest. Next, I need to add an email address. Now you'll notice here I'm using a Gmail domain. This person does not have to have the same domain as everyone else in the company. This is really useful if you're working with consultants or freelancers who need access into this platform, but don't have an email address with your organization. I'll fill in the rest of these fields. Then we move on to selecting our dates. If I know this user is going to be joining the organization in a week or two's time, then I just have to click on this calendar icon and I can select an upcoming date for that person. So let's say 1 week's time. Then I have the option to let that go on indefinitely and manually update it when I want to, or I can add an expiry date. Let's say 6 months down the line in June. There we go, the 22nd of June. That account will automatically expire on that date and the person will not be able to log into the platform. I will hit create. We have got our user set up. We can see what type of user they are, so they're a guest, or their email, and we can see that their status is upcoming. If we wanted to change anything about that user or update any of the information, we can click on that user and a dialog box will appear on the right-hand side. We can update information about them, we can update the active or expiry date. If I wanted to disable this employee, I could force expire them. So if I toggle this and save the changes, then their status will change to expired. You can easily just go in and change their expiry date to a different time in the future, i.e. let's say July now, and we'll hit save changes and their status will revert back to active. If we wanted to go in and disable this user, I can hit that and I'll save the changes and now their status is disabled. The difference is this shows the expiry date still being in July, but they won't be able to access the platform. Now let's say that we have had people leave the business, time with contractors has come to an end, and we no longer want their information in the platform, then we can completely delete that user. So just by clicking this button here, delete user. Are you sure you want to delete? I will hit delete. And now that user is entirely deleted from the platform. By doing this, you keep the platform secure, only allowing access to people who require it, and you can keep in line with laws and policies around people's information. So when a guest, i.e. a temporary user, is added to the platform in this way, they will only be able to use the magic link option. They won't be able to use other forms of sign-in, such as single sign-on. Additionally, guests will have access to the mobile app and be able to log in and use the app, but again, they will only be able to log in via the magic link. Now, if we wanted to create a permanent employee in the system, the process is exactly the same. Let's just go through that quickly. We'll hit the plus icon. We'll use employee rather than guest. Again, we can use the same details, but you'll notice that there is no date section. We don't have to set an active or an expiry date. Person is created. We can go into this user's information. And again, we can see disable user or we can delete the user. So I will delete them. And just for full disclosure there, the account and information of the person that I used in this demonstration is not real. And then lastly, we do also have a couple of bulk actions here. If there were multiple people, we could tick the boxes beside their names and do some quick actions such as disable the user. And that is how we can create both new permanent employees and temporary guests in our platform. I hope this helps. And again, you can find our written guides on the Help Center. And for more videos like this one, you can find them on our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.